Welcome everyone to episode 23 of Def's Daily Dose of Dota 4D, and tonight's episode starts with the correct person in the title bar. It's Newbee.Mu, and it's his mid lane Pugna. I recently watched, just going through VODs of local, recent competitions, summit qualifiers, that kind of thing have just concluded at this time. And I love going to newbies games. I should get one of their player pennants, because I do take time to watch their games, and I looked at this draft. Let's see if I can throw this up on screen. You see the draft up there. Newbie's about to make their 5th pick, so I love just pausing here. And if you look at the DK team, they have a Naga. Very popular in the current meta. I've already done a daily on it. Get radiance, get money. In the opposite order. And they get the win. So, you have something that maybe you want to put pressure on early. Is that why they drafted Shadow Shaman? Okay. And they have a good tank, Centaur. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage. But you see a lot of burst damage. What I wanted to do was, just looking at the wiki, and we'll see if I can get this thrown up on screen here. Yeah, this should come up. Now it does. Wonderful. This magic buff that is Decrepify. We're not going to see Mu get it for the first couple levels, but just look at how good this is. 50% enemy resistance reduction. That could get you a 40% increase on a lot of your spells. For 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and it's a debuff for everyone. So we're going to get this pick rolling for Newbie. And we're going to see what DK comes up with.
Remaining.
Ancient Apparition, more magic damage. But you see, Tidehunter's the only strength hero, so a caster would be good here. Somebody who could dish out magical damage. And you know, we can speed this up, because you know what the daily's about. I already said it, it's Pugna.
Reserve time.
The pick does seem to take a while for Newbie, but this seems to be their answer to a Naga lineup with great team fight. But, pretty low HP, especially Crystal Maiden, Ancient Apparition. So we're going to hop into the game between DK
seconds remaining. Prepare for
and Newbie of a mid lane Pugna.
battle.
This pause was brief, but luckily, this is a replay. We can speed it up. Fantastic. So as we were talking about in the pregame here, you have a lot of burst magical damage in the lineup. The Newbie lineup, I love looking at these Chinese lineups. Always have great team fight. Still carrying over with some push from the previous international patch. And they're going to be able to contest in their own jungle. They have good level 1 team fight. Enchant a good slow. 140 damage if needed. Coming out for the DK lineup, we talked about it. Naga Siren, that's all you need to know. Says a lot at least. How the game's going to look at the 20-minute mark. How it's going to look at the 40-minute mark once those illusions come out with radiance. And they're just able to
the battle begins.
Cut creep waves, but generally just push out the map. In the mid lane, we have a Queen of Pain from DK, who's blocking reasonably well. I always like to see how they block against each other. Blocking against the Pugna. Queen of Pain's a great mid lane hero. So it gets about to even. You heard the first blood come out. But we're focusing on Mu, and he's focusing on last hitting.
Thought you had that, didn't you?
That was a deny there. Great job. 2 pooled tangos and 3 iron branches is his start. Popular build. Because after a creep wave, you can get that bottle coming in. He's a caster, it makes sense. And we see it coming up. It's his first item. At about the minute mark, pretty average. He's skilled both Nether Blast and Decrepify, as he can note Queen of Pain going for a Null Talisman instead. Good. He's probably going to have a great game getting the runes. Pugna, 320 move speed when he's not slowed by Shadow Strike. It's like you start out with free boots compared to a Crystal Maiden at 280. We see the towers pushing up. And if I were to speed up quickly, you'd see that the tower pushes away. That's why it's important to get in those denies to just keep the creeps in this area a little longer. Because it quickly swings back the other favor once you add in 110 tower DPS. Pugna's having a great time though. 10 last hits. He has his bottle for the 2-minute rune. Fantastic job. I'll even slow that down. That's a beautiful job. Like crossing the finish line. You get 210 mana, a ton of HP should you want to trade in a fight, but you can just get back to last hitting. Maybe you have a support roaming over. Bananas, Jungle, Enchantress.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And as
attack.
Pugna, you can just start Nether Blasting, and it's a little victory every time you get there. It's guaranteed tower damage, not to mention it's AoE and can help push the wave should you need. We could just take a little pause there. Hits tower for 87 damage. Well, the tier 2 tower only has 1300 HP, so 10 or so of those could easily
Radiant's
take it down
middle
with some
tower
creep help.
is under attack.
So the bottle makes perfect sense. Because it gets pretty mana intensive. They punish you quite a bit, an extra 20 HP per level. That'll soon be 125. Queen of Pain using this opportunity to catch up on last hitting. Pugna's been doing a great job. He even picks up at level 5 another ward, puts it down, saying, hey, trade with me. It's gonna hurt you. Meanwhile, he will continue to last hit.
Too bad.
Using Nether Blast there. It's 250 damage. Rank 3. And he's pushing back up to this tower again. Queen of Pain can instantly pull it off, of course, but Pugna gets to capture the 4-minute illusion. That means more mana. And this is a fantastic ability. I don't know if it'll let me show it, but it's basically this width. Because the AoE of it itself is huge. 400 radius, 800 diameter. That's a pretty large circle. So use it to extend. Use it to make sure you get damage here.
Radiant's
And
middle
at the tower.
tower is under attack.
And we see Newbee.Mu
Radiant
rotate.
structures are fortified.
His supports have caught someone out of position,
I declare
and he comes in and cleans up the Queen of Pain.
Wish I could say that I'll miss you, but I won't.
The Decrepify, the Nether Blast,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
and a life drain. It has fantastic range, you can see that.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And with boots already, with a magic stick, he is close to 1200 gold. Could go for mana boots, he's having such a great time. You see the supports of DK picking up the smoke.
Enchantress.
They're down 2
What a
kills.
sight you are after all these freaks.
Newbee and Rabbit have complete control of the jungle. You're starting to see the magical damage come out between Centaur, his burst damage. Imagine this with the Decrepify. We see Centaur is able to put out a significant amount of damage in about a second. The hoof stomp animation, plus a double edge instantly after that, takes about a second.
Double damage.
Decrepify 2 or 3 seconds. And could really help to secure some early game kills. Especially once you factor in Nether Blast hitting for 300. Realistically, 300 damage. Well, that's 70% of Shadow Shaman right now. That's 70% of a lot of the supports. 540 on Ancient Apparition. 540 on Crystal Maiden. Shaman's a little higher than that. But he begins to help with the push now in top lane. He's maxed out his Nether Blast. It's 300 damage. Queen of Pain does secure a kill in the meantime. So this time is not free. But he has Nether Blast, so he can make progress on the tower. Just to check there. Hits tower for 160 damage. Well, he only has to do that 3 or 4 more times.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This siege creep adds a sense of urgency. But you have the mana to support it. You have some bottle charges, a magic wand. And then you remember that you're playing up against a Naga. And you're playing up against a Tidehunter. So these kinds of fights just happen.
Did you forget yourself?
And basically your whole team dies. And none of them did. But hey, it's the early game. Meaning your level's low, your respawn time
Dire's
very
top
low.
tower is under
Pugna,
attack.
he's going to be back up.
Dire's
He has
structures
bracers
are
now.
fortified.
May be able to keep this tower. Pugna could teleport. Razors already on the way there. And there they are. What an unfortunate time for a pause. Can we go to player perspective? How fast are these people running away here? Ancient Apparition, instantly, get out. Crystal Maiden, instantly, get out. And rightfully they should. Pugna, back in lane. If anything, that just topped off his mana. The urgency still happens.
Radiant's bottom tower
Nether Blast
under
is still
attack.
doing 300 damage. And that's tower damage that you cannot heal. At least not with this lineup. One of the trades DK made in the draft for a heavy team fight. This, I guess this could have been a Treant Protector. But then it would
Radiant
be a different
structures are
draft.
fortified.
This last pick, Pugna,
Radiant's top tower
able
is
to
under attack.
pepper away at this tower. And it will fall. One more Nether Blast. Newbee
Radiant's top
showing
tower
fantastic
has
team awareness. They push forward. They secure a kill that many other compositions would not. I know when I play. I don't even see that
Dire's
guy.
middle tower
I'm just
is under
spamming Nether
attack.
Blast so hard. Because that's guaranteed damage. It doesn't heal. And at the 9-minute mark, that's 2 towers down for Pugna. Already limiting this Naga Siren's farm. Sure, at the 9-minute mark, she has 2,000 gold, but they have been very successful limiting her. She's barely ahead of a Pugna. Likewise with the net worth, Pugna is ahead with his contributions, 2 kills, 1 assist.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Instantly back to base, and he wants to fight again. We can actually hop in. We see him already looking downfield. Where can I contribute in lanes? Is there a gank happening here? Well, I'll get there eventually. Oh wait, my team's so good. TI4 winners. That's also Centaur, having that burst magic damage. Which definitely gets buffed by that Decrepify.
Welcome me.
In top lane, Shaman
agony.
falling. We see the mid for DK is getting kills.
Radiant's
But Pugna
bottom tower is under
Can be
attack.
pretty happy with this. Sure, there's
Radiant
this
structures
free
are
tower
fortified.
fortify, but you still have a siege creep,
Dire's top tower
2 of your
is under
allies,
attack.
and you're doing 300 damage. Although, you seem to have forgotten about Song. It happens.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So sometimes 3 of your allies die. Okay, 4 of your allies die. And you thought you were having a good game. You thought you were getting a lot of kills. You had just taken down a 3rd tower. Should I buy back? Well. If you're Pugna, he does.
Dire's top tower, Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, and sometimes you die back. That happens too.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You see how low the HP bars were. Pugna, he's dead, but he's clicking on those bars as well. Scene 1, I was pretty close. 625 HP, Crystal Maiden. Will die very quickly.
Invisibility.
So at the 12-minute mark, Pugna,
is a great
having died a 3rd time, with all the tier 1 towers, sets off for the mid-game. We'll come back with the mid-game for this episode of 4D after this.